So acceptance and then surrender, right? These are the two kind of things that need to happen. Surrender to what? Surrender. You know, I think the kind of thing that you get to when you have something really, like a crisis happens, you know, and something changes in your world. You get to this understanding that it's totally out of your control. And you never did have control. And you never could have control. Right? And that's a kind of a wisdom, a spiritual experience, right? Where you've faced this reality, not through your head, right? Through your being. Every cell in you is going, we know this. But now you really know. You know? And so when you really know, then when you look again to see that it's gone, it'll be okay. That's the difference. Because other times when you look and you see it's gone, it just tears you apart. Do you know what I mean? You see the difference? Yeah. Because it's still gone, right? Whatever it is. It never changed from being gone. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to somehow integrate that reality. You've got to make peace with that reality in yourself. Right? And the way to do that is not an intellectual process, right? It's through feelings, emotions, bodily experience, right? Through understandings. Lots of things will bubble up. Lots of thoughts bubble up. And they need to. It's just the process of it until finally there's no more thoughts. There's nothing to think anymore. Right? And there's nothing to feel anymore. You've done all the fighting, you've done all the anger, you've done all the grief, you've done all the and there's just nothing to fight anymore. And there's nothing to think anymore. And there's nothing to feel anymore. And it's finally integrated, you see? It's integrated. You don't see anything to fight. Do you see? It's not like that anymore. It's now part of you. You've integrated it. Right? And then it becomes a spiritual experience, right? When you've integrated it. So we have to do that. Pretty much for every problem, trauma, crappy, horrible thing that's happened to us. There really isn't any other way, right? I wish there was. I don't actually. I don't. It's much better this way. It's much better to not fight. You know? But you've got to find that place, right? It's not as easy as I'm saying, right? No. It's not as easy as I'm saying. I'm hearing myself saying it's not, no, it's not that easy. You know, as I'm saying it, but yeah. We've got to do it, you know. If we have any chance of being able to truly live a spiritual life, we've got to integrate. We've got to integrate all these parts of ourselves. It's what I would call the practice of equanimity. There's no way you can practice equanimity with other people if you haven't even done it to all the parts of yourself. Right? No way. You know, all the things that you think about yourself, all the negative things that you think about yourself, even the positive things that you think about yourself. I'm good at this, I'm good at that. You know, all of that has to come to some equanimous state. It's neither good nor bad. You know? Like, whatever kind of words come up for you about who you are and what you experience and what's happening for you right now, you know, if you're doing this integration process, it should kind of get to this equanimity where it doesn't really, it's not good or bad. It just is. Right? It just is who you are at this point in time. That's all it is, right? And every moment you're changing. So what does it matter? What does it matter? You know, like we just put so much into it. I'm a bad person, I don't do this, I do this, blah, blah, blah. You know? And it's like, in the end, what does it really all mean? You know?
That moment's gone.
Sorry?
That moment's gone.
That moment's gone, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so this is the process of evolution. Remember I said those 3 words? Experience, integration, evolution. And evolution is basically, you know, this process of getting to a kind of a higher state of wisdom. About what? About you. Not about anybody else at all. It's just about you, you know. And that's all it ever needs to be. Because if you can really understand you, then you understand others, right? Anyway, when you really think about it, when you think about evolution, when you think about who you want to be, right? Or what you want to be, take away all the intellectual stuff. Throw it all away. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be in 3-year retreat, I want to be a teacher, I want to be... Just chuck it all out, right? And then this is the integrate. You start to integrate the moment you chuck out all the intellectual stuff, right? And just get rid of all those thoughts about who you want to be. And think here instead. Ask the question here. Who do I want to be? What do I want to be? It gets very simple. I want to be happy. I want to be loved. I want to love others. It gets very simple. And sometimes it's better to live with that as your spiritual motto rather than, I want to be a kind person. Right? Get the difference? it's hard to do, I think, sometimes, you know, to kind of quit the... Sometimes we don't know the difference between this and this. We think we're doing this, but we're doing this. Do you see what I'm saying? It's really hard to know the difference, right? How do you think you would know the difference?
A lot of chatter. Words. Yeah.
Any other ideas?
When it's coming from here, it's coming from a lot stronger, powerful energy. Because of feeling and emotion behind it.
Yeah.
Rather than here, it's sort of like the thought energy, which can change and shift and
True.
move. And,
Yeah. It's kind of... Well, here is like... It's, you know, grounded. Anyone else?
There's like clarity. Yeah. It's just a deep clarity and it's much more inspired.
Yeah.
But clarity.
It's like the difference between the clouds and the sky.
It's really clear.
Yeah, it's really clear. It's like when you get rid of all the clouds, it's like there's the sky.
Yeah, there's like that brilliance to it. That
Mm-hmm.
very satisfying.
Yeah. And it's always really simple. It's like really basic and simple. Your head tends to complicate things, right?
Yeah, you really love that simplicity.